Donald Trump's victory in South Carolina's primary gave him all 50 delegates, and it was evangelical voters who made the difference. Trump admitted he was surprised he won by more than 10%. Appearing on ABC's This Week, he said his competition was tough, especially from Ted Cruz, who put out robocalls against him on Election Day in South Carolina.
So I said to myself, wow, this is a tough business. These people are worse than Manhattan real estate developers. This is rough stuff, politics.
And it may get rougher in the days and weeks ahead. Trump is expected to win Tuesday's Nevada caucus. But from there, it's Super Tuesday next week on March 1st, when voters in 11 states go to the polls. Each of the top 3 candidates are expected to win some of those states. After Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina, it's now clear that many Republican voters see Cruz as the conservative values candidate. Despite a close third-place finish, Cruz said he defied expectations in South Carolina. He's the only strong conservative remaining in the race.
Our game plan from day one was do well in the first 4 states and consolidate conservatives to go forward into Super Tuesday. I think we're positioned ideally to do exactly that.
Marco Rubio edged out Cruz to place second in South Carolina. Many Republicans may now view him as the most electable candidate against the Democrats. Rubio was asked Sunday if he can overtake GOP frontrunner Trump.
He's the frontrunner when you have 7 people running and they're dividing up 70% of the vote. We need to remember here, over 70% of Republicans nationally have basically said we're not voting for Donald Trump. And as long as that 70% is being divided up by 5 people, of course he's the frontrunner.
Rubio believes he'll do better once the Republican field narrows. Saturday night, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush dropped out of the presidential race after his disappointing showing in South Carolina. Rubio is likely to pick up some of his supporters. Ohio Governor John Kasich and Dr. Ben Carson also had poor performances in the Palmetto State, but they're staying in the race.
Now that we've sort of gotten the field down, we might actually start talking about policies and solutions.
Meanwhile, on the Democratic side, Saturday was a victorious day for Hillary Clinton.
We just won Nevada!
Democratic Socialist candidate Bernie Sanders reminded supporters that while Mrs. Clinton may have won Nevada, he received only 3 delegates less than she did in the state. Actor Danny Glover joined Sanders campaigning in South Carolina, where Sanders said his campaign has momentum.
If you look at national polls and you want a candidate who is going to defeat Donald Trump, you're looking at that candidate.
But Cruz and Rubio say, hold on, there's still a long primary campaign ahead. And yes, Trump is a frontrunner, and he could either solidify his campaign once his primary season goes national on Super Tuesday, or things could change if Marco Rubio wins some states and Ted Cruz starts celebrating more wins like he did in Iowa. Gary Lane, CBN News.